So 2 years ago, I stopped vlogging every single day, and I ended that vlogging every single day by doing a video of me talking about all the different things that reminded me of 2010 while I ate my breakfast right before work. Well, today I'm going to do the same thing about 2012 while I eat this piece of cheesecake. It's got chocolate chips in it. It's awesome. Because 2012 came with a lot of new and exciting things in my life, and I want to commemorate those by making a video about all the things that made me smile about 2012 and some things that didn't necessarily make me smile about 2012. Here we go. A little extra video outside of my hiatus, or inside my hiatus, whatever. Here we go. Losing my favorite goldfish in my 25-gallon tank after getting a brand new 10-gallon hospital tank to try and save her, only to then pick up a tadpole from work for free that eventually became a bullfrog. Buying a 55-gallon tank off of one of my coworkers to try and actually have a really cool tropical community tank, only to have to devote that to my bullfrog. Hearing a familiar voice in Once Upon a Time to only find out that it was Gabe Kuth, who was like my second or third favorite character in my favorite anime series. Finding him on Twitter, only wake up one day to find an email from Twitter that said that Gabe Kuth is now following you, which really made my day. Planning my Vancouver trip, only to find out that it's really expensive to travel to Canada, especially to Vancouver, but beating the odds and being able to afford it. So I went to Vancouver in September. While on my Vancouver trip, I had coffee with Gabe, and he insisted on using his Monopoly money to pay for the coffee, even though I'm still upset that you did that, and I still owe you a drink. Getting, or losing my car is the better terminology. Losing my car while at Stanley Park because I forgot where I parked and spending about 3 hours trying to find it. A couple of days later, getting lost in downtown Vancouver, having parked at Canada Place and walked far enough to find Rogers Arena, and then having to ask how to get back to Canada Place. Realizing that Gastown is a really cool place to be. I really like Gastown. After my Vancouver trip, planning the trip out to Detroit for Youmacon and trying to convince Kyle-chan and Dylan to come with. Succeeding with Dylan, not succeeding with Kyle-chan. Freaking out with Dylan when we found out that Scott McNeil was going to be at Youmacon. That was pretty exciting. The trip out to Detroit with my mom, which looking back was hilarious, but upon going was very, very frustrating. Renting a car, being told to upgrade so that we could have cruise control, only to not have cruise control for 12 hours. Driving, picking up Dylan from the airport, and then going to get a new car, which did actually have cruise control. Youmacon 2012 being like the worst Youmacon that I've ever been to. Playing Death Note Mafia, and finally getting to be a special character, not just an investigator, only to have the Kobo crew come to me and say, or come to us and say, you need to leave. I was so mad. Hosting my Gundam panel with Dylan, which has been a pet project that I've been trying to do for a very long time, and having it be a total success. Jumping back to Detour 2012, playing that mecha game with Sari to try and figure out who was going to win between the Canucks and the Flames, since we couldn't watch, because neither one of us live in Vancouver or Calgary. Playing staff with Sari at Anime Detour 2012, and then actually being on staff at a convention for the very first time at Anime Fusion in October. Having drinks with Scott McNeil until about 2 o'clock in the morning when I had to be on the road by like 4. Coming home from my Vancouver trip to a new manager because my other manager had been promoted. Deciding to officially start my production company and coming up with 2 different web series. One involving something that Sari and I came up with at Detour 2012. Having a lot of ups and downs in the year 2012, but knowing that no matter what, I can overcome any obstacle. Rejoining GeekCon staff after the drama that happened a couple years ago. Crying at the airport dropping Dylan off at Youmacon. I cried when I watched him go through security. Don't know if you knew that, Dylan. Just all in all, having an amazing year. Here's 2013.